Since the MLP fandom started off on the 4chan message boards, a place infamous for its edgy and contrarian nature and Wild West moderation system, it's pretty much impossible to know what the first piece of MLP horror is, as it's been buried by years and years of posting. However, what I see tossed around most often is the fanfiction that at least popularized the trend is Cupcakes. Cupcakes was possibly released on January 7th, 2011, and quickly gained a reputation as a grimdark MLP story. In case you're wondering what grimdark means, it means a story with a very, very dark tone, with little to no sign of hope for the main characters. Most older MLP stories are called either creepypastas or grimdarks, so I will be using those two words a lot. In Cupcakes, Rainbow Dash is invited over by Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie gives her a cupcake and Rainbow Dash eats it. However, the cupcake was drugged and Rainbow Dash is knocked out. She wakes up restrained and unable to move. She begs her friend to free her, but she refuses. Pinkie Pie is hungry for cupcakes, and unfortunately for Rainbow Dash, one of the ingredients is pony flesh. Rainbow Dash thinks that's still a prank, until Pinkie Pie turns on the lights. The room that she is in has been decorated for a party, but with a sinister twist. There are streamers made of intestines, balloons made of bloated lungs, party hats made of skin. Pinkie Pie slowly, surgically starts killing Rainbow Dash. She starts by tearing off her cutie mark. She then tears off Rainbow Dash's wings. Rainbow Dash passes out, so Pinkie Pie uses adrenaline to revive her. She continues to torture her friend. It isn't even a former friend. Pinkie Pie still loves Rainbow Dash all the while she's killing her. She electrocutes her, flays her alive, and finally kills her by slashing open her abdominal cavity and removing her organs. Pinkie Pie is sad that it took less than an hour for her to kill Rainbow Dash. She had hoped that they would have so much more fun together. But then she comes up with an idea, to taxidermy Rainbow Dash so that they can be friends forever. Cupcakes is a brutal story that holds no punches. Part of what makes it so intriguing is that it actually plays into Pinkie Pie's personality. Instead of making her a stereotypical serial killer, it keeps her jovial attitude, and Pinkie Pie is constantly making jokes as she tears Rainbow Dash apart. You can never pretend for even a second that it isn't Pinkie Pie, the most friendly of all the main six, who is the one tearing her friends apart. The Cupcake story has inspired a lot within the fandom. There are of course artworks of the events of Cupcakes, then there's the animations. The most infamous of these animations has to be the Mr. Davy one. This was done in the art style of the show, so it looks official, which makes it even more horrifying to watch. Many people who stumbled upon this video didn't know what it was beforehand, as the title only says Cupcakes and there are no trigger warnings. This video is an example of a shock video, which was common in the early MLP community, but is notably distinct from grimdarks. There are actually a lot of alternative endings to Cupcakes out there. There are some where Rainbow Dash lives. In some, Rainbow Dash fights back and even sometimes kills Pinkie Pie. A shocking number of alternative endings involve the pony FBI/CIA/SWAT showing up and apprehending Pinkie Pie before she can kill Rainbow Dash. My favorite alternative ending is from a story called Rocket to Insanity. Rocket to Insanity takes place in a world with an alive Rainbow Dash, and she never went through the events of Cupcakes. However, she's been having dreams about it. Over time, the events that she sees in her dreams weigh on her. The amount of times she's seen herself get killed, get herself be mangled, it's just too much for her mind to handle. Everyone in Ponyville notices the bags under her eyes and her flighty disposition. Pinkie Pie invites Rainbow Dash over to cheer her up. She then invites her to have some cupcakes. Rainbow Dash remembers that in her dreams, Pinkie Pie gave her a poisoned cupcake, and that led to Pinkie Pie's eventual murder of her. She feels like the same is about to happen now. So, in self-defense in her own mind, Rainbow Dash kills Pinkie Pie. Killing Pinkie Pie, combined with her sleep deprivation, causes Rainbow Dash's mind to snap, and she falls into insanity. Honestly, I liked Rocket to Insanity a bit more than Cupcakes. Physical horror is scary, but psychological horror, being betrayed by your own mind, is scarier, because you don't even know if what is happening to you is real, or if it is all inside your head. Let's move on to the first known MLP horror game, Luna.exe, or sometimes just called Luna Game. Luna Game was released on April 3rd, 2011. At first, people didn't even know it was a horror game, as it was posted on Equestria Daily, a Brony forum, with no context. When you first boot up Luna.exe, you are greeted with a platformer where you play as Princess Luna, the mysterious princess of the night. But 20 seconds in, the horror aspect appears, as a creepy image of Pinkie Pie or Apple Bloom fills the screen. After a while, strange music begins to play, so you may become disturbed and try and close the game, except you can't. Neither the escape key or the Alt F4 key work. The only way to close the game is to open Task Manager and do it yourself manually. After this game was discovered to not be your average MLP fan game, fans suspected that it was a virus. But after looking into the files, the only suspicious things they could find were numerous text and image files stating "the end is nay," a pun on the phrase "the end is nigh." Not too long after May 30th, another Luna game was released. This game had similar horror elements to the first one, such as jump scares. In it, you go to a chasm, fall in, you are shown a creepy image of Luna, and then the game closes itself. There were 3 more Luna games after that released: Luna Game 4, 0, and 5, aka Luna Game End. All of them followed the same general formula of being a platformer, with a spooky atmosphere combined with occasional jump scares. It is noted that there are technically 2 versions of Luna 5. First is the fan game. The fan game was published before the official Luna 5 was, and was made by a fan of Luna game. That game debuting inspired the original creator to make a 5th Luna game. Today, both Luna 5 games are featured on the original creator's website. The Luna games were wildly popular within the fandom. They even escaped outside of the fandom, with YouTubers such as Lauren Z Side making Let's Plays of it that exposed it to people who didn't watch MLP. I personally remember watching a Luna playthrough growing up. At the age of around 10, they were a bit scary to me, but not too bad.